Hello and welcome to Promenade Française, the place where you will definitely be learning French. I remember when I was in China many years ago, and there's something interesting about the way that China translates foreign brand names into Chinese. For example, the word for Coca-Cola, it's like thirsty mouth, happy mouth. And the word for KFC, 肯德基, it basically means you'll definitely get chicken. Now, I don't know whether that's exciting or if that's scary, because there were times in Chinese history where you definitely did not get chicken. But in this channel, you're definitely going to get some French. After 6 months and a lot of time thinking and begging and praying and crying and just not knowing what to do or where to go or how to do this, I finally figured out the very first baby step in French. The main issue is that many people are teaching French, and basically everybody uses the same pattern to teach French. And if you would like to get access to my exercise for learning your very first baby steps in French, then go ahead and click the Linktree link above. When you click the Linktree link above, then click on the link, All French Teachers Are Wrong.
All French teachers are wrong.
And I don't know, maybe not all French teachers are wrong, but the thing is that I've spent like the last 6 months and I've really been smashing my head against the cement, just trying to figure out how to start the study of the language of French. And like I've talked about in previous videos, there's basically two problems to being able to do anything in life. One is you have to break it down into small, manageable steps. If it's too difficult, then you're not going to start learning, and you're not going to be able to start learning, and you won't be able to stay motivated because it's just too difficult, and eventually you're just going to quit. If you break it down into small steps, small manageable steps, something that you can understand, something that makes sense, then you can say, hey, yes, I can move from no action to action. And that's obviously been one of my problems. You know, remember when we started the weekly challenge, and the weekly challenge, it was just so huge. There were so many steps. There was so much content. It was just so much to do. And then we went to step 1 and step 2. I still have step 1 and step 2 in the Linktree link. But I don't know. I don't think that those are like the best way to start learning French anymore. I'm not going to delete the blogs, but eventually I'm going to take them off of the Linktree link, because I think that the exercise that I've created now, the
All French teachers are wrong
link, let me explain it to you. So the thing about French is that you have 4 things. 4 things. Like imagine that I say the sentence, I am tall. I think that probably the most important French verb to learn as your first French verb is être. It means I am, he is, we are. So it's am, is, are. The word technically it is to be. And the way that you have to learn this is with personal pronouns. So I am, he, she is, we are, you are, they are. But in French, obviously it's different. Now in English, we don't really care the difference between plural and singular. For example, I am big, you are big, that's singular. We are big, they are big, that is plural. But guess what? Big, it doesn't change. All right, well, what about masculine, feminine? He is big, she is big. Oh, wait a minute, there's still no change. And that's the thing about English and also Chinese, that suddenly when you start learning French, you have this problem with gender, and that the adjective, it has to match the noun. So suddenly it's not I am big, because we have to know, am I a male or female? Then it's not you are big, because wait a minute, vous in French, it can mean you singular or it can mean you plural. And so I've created an exercise which has 2 different aspects. The first aspect is this concept of facilitation. I broke it down into something very simple. And why do I say that all French teachers are wrong? It's because French teachers, they say je suis, tu es, il, elle est, nous sommes, vous êtes. elles, well, I guess you don't pronounce it, elles sont. But what use is that? Like, okay, which one was plural and which one was singular? Which one is masculine? Which one is feminine? So the first thing that I did was I separated the singular and the plural. In the singular category, we have je suis, tu es, elle est, and vous êtes. Then vous repeats in the plural section as vous êtes, nous sommes, elles sont. I think it's also useful to learn être in combination with adjectives. Why? Because you're going to find out that adjectives, they can be singular, they can be plural, they can be masculine, they can be feminine. For example, il est grande. Elle est grande. And you have to know that the first grande, it's with no E. It's G-R-A-N-D. And the second grande is G-R-A-N-D-E. The feminine has an E. And then if we say vous êtes grande, then if there's no E, then we know that it's a you, it's singular, it's masculine. If there's an E, then vous êtes grande, suddenly it becomes feminine, singular, feminine. But whoa, wait a minute. What happens if it's G-R-A-N-D-S, vous êtes grande with an S? That means you, meaning plural, guys, meaning like a group of men or a group that has at least one male in it, DS ending with an S, it's plural. Or vous êtes grande, G-R-A-N-D-E-S, is a group of women. And so that's why I've created this exercise, so that you'll have the basics. You know, I think it's actually like there's like cross sections. So you have singular and you have plural and you have masculine and you have feminine. And if you understand these cross sections of singular, plural, masculine, feminine, I think this is the foundation of your first step for learning French. Also, in relation to this concept of a spark trigger, in the last video, I talked about pace. In the last video, I talked about stride length and stride pace. So the stride length, it's like each of the individual lessons that you're learning in French. And then the stride pace is how long you can move from lesson to lesson. And I think that if a person can understand the lesson easily, and if there is a way that they can go through the exercise easily, then they're going to be able to do more of these exercises. And if you're able to do more of these exercises, you're going to learn faster, and then that's going to get you ready to take the next lesson. If you click the Linktree link above, then you're going to get a link to my blog, and in the blog, there's a link to a Google Doc. You can save the Google Doc to your desktop, and if you save the Google Doc to your desktop, you double click on it, it opens up into a website, and then you can see the exercise. When you do the exercise, just do one adjective. All you do is conjugate the personal pronouns and then write the adjective, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe about 12 times. Conjugate the verb, write the adjective, then close the window. Next time you want to study, open it up. It takes 2 or 3 minutes. Conjugate the verb, write the adjective in the 4 different ways. I think this is a really good foundation for your first steps in French. Go ahead, click the Linktree link above, read the blog, open the Google Doc, save the Google Doc to your desktop, learn step by step.